The Quiet Deception. Commander Sarah Chen stood at the viewport of the Pacifica Research Station, watching the sunrise paint the ocean surface in brilliant golds and oranges. To any observer, the station appeared to be nothing more than an advanced marine biology facility, studying deep-sea ecosystems. The reality, like much of humanity's achievements, lay carefully hidden beneath layers of deception. A gentle chime drew her attention from the view. "Commander," Lieutenant David Torres's voice carried a note of urgency. "We're detecting unusual quantum signatures at the edge of the solar system." Chen moved swiftly to the command center, hidden behind seemingly innocent laboratory equipment. The holographic display showed 3 unknown vessels, their energy signatures unlike anything in their database of known civilian ships. "Analysis?" she asked, studying the readouts. "They're using advanced scanning technology, far beyond standard research capabilities. The pattern suggests military-grade equipment." Torres manipulated the controls, bringing up more detailed scans. "They're being careful, maintaining civilian profiles, but their power output is inconsistent with their apparent size." Chen nodded, a grim smile playing at the corners of her mouth. For centuries, humanity had maintained the appearance of a peaceful, scientifically focused civilization. After the devastating conflicts of the 21st century, Earth had made a show of destroying its military capabilities, focusing instead on environmental restoration and scientific advancement. The truth was far more complex. The command center hummed with quiet efficiency as technicians monitored their stations, each display camouflaged as marine research data. In truth, they were watching humanity's most advanced early warning system, disguised as a network of oceanographic sensors stretching across Earth's oceans. "The vessels are maintaining their course," Torres reported. "They'll reach Jupiter's orbit in approximately 6 hours." Chen accessed her neural interface, connecting directly with the station's quantum computers. Emergency protocols demanded notification of high command, but too much activity might alert their visitors. "Send a passive data packet through the Coral Monitoring Network. Tag it as routine marine biodiversity data." The station's true purpose was one of Earth's best-kept secrets. After first contact with the galactic community 50 years ago, humanity had carefully cultivated an image of peaceful scientific advancement. While other species built mighty warfleets and competed for resources, Earth had supposedly focused on environmental restoration and scientific research. The truth was hidden in plain sight. Every research station doubled as a military installation. Each environmental satellite carried weapons behind its solar panels. The massive terraforming projects on Mars concealed weapon factories and shipyards. It was a deception maintained through decades of careful planning and technological innovation. "Message acknowledged," Torres announced. "High Command is implementing silent shield protocols." Chen watched as new data streamed across her neural interface. Across the solar system, hidden sensors activated, gathering data on the unknown vessels while maintaining their peaceful disguise. The visitors were large, their ships bearing the sleek, predatory lines of warcraft, poorly hidden beneath civilian modifications. "Commander," a new voice called out. Dr. Emily Wong, the station's actual marine biologist, approached with a tablet. "We're receiving interesting data from the deep-sea thermal vents." Her voice carried the subtle emphasis that indicated coded information. Chen accepted the tablet, reading the real data beneath the scientific facade. The quantum scans were picking up weapon signatures. These weren't peaceful visitors conducting routine exploration. They were military scouts testing Earth's defenses. "Very interesting, Doctor," Chen replied, maintaining the charade. "Perhaps we should alert the other research stations about this phenomenon." The code for raising alert status without breaking cover. For centuries, humanity had prepared in secret. The horrors of their own wars had taught them the value of peace, but also the necessity of strength. When they joined the galactic community, they'd seen the pattern of stronger species preying on the weak. Rather than build obvious defenses, they'd chosen a different path. "Commander," Torres interrupted, his voice tense. "The vessels are accelerating. They're on an intercept course with the Ganymede Research Outpost. Chen's expression hardened. Ganymede Station was officially a deep space astronomy facility. In reality, it housed one of Earth's largest hidden fleets. If these visitors were hostile, they'd chosen the wrong target. Alert Ganymede using standard research protocols, she ordered. Tell them to expect visitors interested in their stellar mapping project. The code for combat readiness without breaking civilian cover. The massive screen showed the approaching vessels, their energy signatures growing stronger. Humanity had maintained its peaceful facade for generations, knowing that someday it would be tested. That day had apparently arrived. Multiple quantum spikes, Torres reported. They're powering up weapon systems. Chen nodded, unsurprised. The galaxy was a dangerous place, and species that appeared defenseless often became targets. Humanity had learned that lesson well, but they'd learned it in secret. Implement Protocol Omega, she commanded. Throughout the station, hidden systems hummed to life. Weapon ports prepared to emerge from behind their peaceful facades. Quantum shields waited to activate. Should we contact them? Torres asked. Maintain our cover. Chen watched the approaching vessels, calculating options. Send the standard greeting. Remind them we're a peaceful research installation. Her lips curved in a slight smile. Let them think they've found easy prey. As the message was transmitted, Chen thought about the long game humanity had played. They'd hidden their strength so well that some of their own people believed the deception. But beneath the surface of every scientific advancement, every environmental project, lay the capacity for defense. The first response came quickly, translated by their quantum computers. Arcadian Empire vessels approaching. Your facility will be inspected for prohibited technologies. Resistance is inadvisable. Arcadian Empire, Torres muttered. No records in the Galactic Council database. Perfect, Chen replied. Send our response. Tell them we're a peaceful installation, happy to comply with their inspection. She turned to her crew, her voice carrying the weight of command. Prepare to show our visitors why humanity chose to hide its strength rather than abandon it. Shadows of preparation. Through quantum-encrypted channels, Commander Chen's orders spread across the solar system. On Mars, vast terraforming facilities began their transformation. Deep beneath the red soil, doors opened on massive hangars. Ships that had never seen starlight hummed to life, their crews emerging from decades of rotated standby duty. Arcadian vessels will reach Ganymede in 30 minutes, Torres reported. Still no response to our diplomatic signals. Chen stood in the command center, watching the tactical display disguised as marine temperature data. Status of the Ganymede defense grid. Online but masked. Dr. Patel is maintaining their cover story, running their usual astronomical surveys. Torres paused, checking new data. The Arcadians are broadcasting demands to all stations in the outer system. They're claiming authority under some galactic purification mandate. How original, Chen muttered. Another empire deciding that peaceful species need to be protected by becoming slaves. She accessed her neural interface, reviewing the hidden fleet positions. Time to show them why we chose to hide our teeth rather than remove them. Deep within Ganymede Station, Dr. Kira Patel performed her own preparations. The astronomy facility's massive radio telescopes, officially studying distant galaxies, were actually part of the most sophisticated sensor network ever built. They had tracked the Arcadian ships since they entered the system, mapping every detail of their capabilities. This is Arcadian Command, a new transmission boomed. Your species has been deemed insufficiently prepared for the dangers of space. The Arcadian Empire will assume protective custody of your facilities and populations. Prepare for boarding. In her hidden command center, Chen smiled. Send our response, Lieutenant. Keep it appropriately meek. Torres crafted the message, maintaining their cover. This is Pacifica Research Station. We are a peaceful facility dedicated to marine science. Please clarify the nature of your authority. We operate under Galactic Council protocols. The response was immediate and harsh. The Galactic Council's weakness allowed lesser species to infest the stars. The Arcadian Empire will restore proper order. Your compliance is not requested. It is required. How many ships in their battle group? Chen asked, watching the tactical display. 15 vessels detected, Commander. 5 heavy cruisers, 10 smaller craft, all heavily armed. Torres worked his console, analyzing data. Their technology is advanced, but their formation suggests they expect no resistance. Chen nodded. Throughout human space, hidden sensors tracked more Arcadian ships approaching. They had planned this well, timing their attack to hit multiple facilities simultaneously. Against a truly peaceful species, it would have been overwhelming. Signal from High Command, Torres announced. Authorization code Omega. The sword remembers what the mind pretends to forget. Chen felt a fierce satisfaction. The code phrase released humanity's final restrictions. Across the solar system, hidden weapons prepared to emerge. Quantum shields waited to activate. Generations of secret preparation were about to bear fruit. Send to all stations, she commanded. Initiate protocol awakening. The response was immediate. Throughout the solar system, humanity's mask of peace began to slip. On Mars, massive doors opened in the sides of mountains, revealing shipyards that had operated in secret for decades. The environmental platforms orbiting Earth shifted, solar panels retracting to expose weapon ports. Arcadian vessels preparing to launch boarding craft, Torres reported. They're targeting Ganymede's primary docking ring. Perfect, Chen replied. Dr. Patel, the stage is yours. At Ganymede Station, Kira Patel watched the Arcadian ships approach. Their scans showed a facility dedicated to astronomical research, filled with scientists and delicate equipment. They didn't detect the quantum shield generators hidden in the walls, or the weapon systems disguised as atmospheric processors. This is your final warning, the Arcadian commander transmitted. Submit to inspection and integration into the Empire, or face immediate disciplinary action. Patel smiled, remembering years of training hidden behind her cover as a scientist. This is Dr. Kira Patel of Ganymede Astronomical Station. We are a peaceful research facility. She paused, watching the boarding craft launch. We are also not as defenseless as you assume. The Arcadian ships were almost in position when Ganymede Station transformed. Panels shifted, revealing defense turrets. The massive radio telescopes realigned, their sensitive instruments becoming targeting arrays. Quantum shields flared to life, their energy signatures finally unveiled. Multiple ships launching from Mars, Torres reported. Arcadian sensors are detecting them. Their formation is breaking up. Chen watched the tactical display with satisfaction. The Arcadian commander had just realized that their easy conquest had turned into something very different. Their scans would be showing dozens of warships emerging from hidden bases, each carrying weapons that had been refined and perfected in secret for generations. Signal from the Arcadian flagship, Torres announced. They're demanding an explanation. Show them, Chen ordered. Full broadcast. Let them see what they've awakened. Across all channels, humanity revealed its true face. Hidden bases exposed their defenses. Orbital platforms transformed from environmental monitors to battle stations. The peaceful mask dropped, revealing the strength that had always waited behind it. Breaking the mask. The Arcadian commander's response came swiftly, their initial shock turning to rage. Deception. You dare hide military capabilities from the Empire. Your punishment will be severe. Chen watched as the Arcadian fleet regrouped, their formation shifting from an invasion pattern to combat stance. All stations, execute Battle Plan Delta. Let's show them why humanity chose to perfect our weapons in secret rather than brandish them in public. The space around Ganymede erupted in controlled chaos. The Arcadian ships launched their first volley, expecting to face minimal resistance. Instead, their weapons met quantum shields that had been refined through decades of hidden research. The few impacts that got through were absorbed by layered defenses, that no one had known existed until this moment. "Return fire," Chen ordered. "Targeted demonstration only. Show them a fraction of our capabilities." Ganymede Station's defense systems responded. Weapon ports that had masqueraded as scientific equipment opened, revealing technology that had evolved far beyond what humanity publicly displayed. Precisely calculated energy beams struck the Arcadian vessels, disrupting their shields without destroying their ships. Multiple Arcadian reinforcement fleets detected, Torres reported, his hands dancing across his console. "They're emerging from quantum space at the system's edge. Initial count suggests 60 vessels." Chen nodded, unsurprised. "Right on schedule. Signal the Mars Defense Fleet. Time to unveil Project Hyperion." Deep beneath the Martian surface, humanity's greatest secret stirred to life. What appeared to be massive terraforming machines began to move, their true nature finally revealed. The ground split open as enormous vessels rose from hidden hangars, their hulls gleaming with technology that had never been shown to the galaxy. "Hyperion fleet launching," Torres announced, quantum signatures masked until final approach. The Arcadians won't detect them until it's too late. The battle around Ganymede intensified. The Arcadian ships fought with skill and advanced technology, but they faced an opponent who had spent generations preparing for this moment. Every human vessel, every weapon system, every tactic had been developed with one purpose: to protect Earth while maintaining the illusion of vulnerability. "Commander," Dr. Patel's voice came through the quantum link. "The Arcadian flagship is attempting to breach our inner defense perimeter. Their weapons are unusual, some kind of phase-shifted plasma technology." "As expected," Chen replied. "Deploy the resonance countermeasures. Let's see how they like fighting an enemy who studied their weapons before they knew we existed." Humanity's response was devastating in its precision. Ships that had never fought in battle executed complex maneuvers with perfect coordination. Weapons that had only ever been fired in secret tests struck with unerring accuracy. The Arcadian fleet found itself facing an opponent who had anticipated their tactics and prepared specific counters. "Their flagship is signaling," Torres reported. "They're demanding to know how we acquired such advanced technology without detection." Chen allowed herself a small smile. "Send them the full historical database. Let them understand exactly what they've blundered into." The data streamed across space, showing the truth behind humanity's facade. Every environmental restoration project had doubled as weapons research. Each peaceful scientific mission had gathered military intelligence. The massive effort to rebuild Earth's biosphere had provided cover for developing quantum shields and energy weapons. "Arcadian vessels are breaking formation," Torres announced. "Their combat coordination is deteriorating. They've never faced an opponent who could match their technology." The battle shifted as the Mars Defense Fleet arrived. The Hyperion-class vessels, humanity's masterpiece of hidden engineering, engaged the Arcadian reinforcements. These ships represented generations of secret development, combining every advancement humanity had concealed from the galaxy. "Signal from Earth High Command," Torres reported. "The Titan array is ready." Chen straightened in her command chair. The Titan array was humanity's ultimate deterrent, a weapon system so powerful its very existence had been known to only a handful of people. Hidden in plain sight as a network of solar observation satellites, it could target any point in the solar system with devastating precision. "Send to all Arcadian vessels," she commanded. "You came to our system believing you found an easy target, a peaceful species ready to be conquered. Instead, you discovered why humanity chose to hide our strength, rather than waste it in pointless displays." The Hyperion fleet moved with terrible purpose, their advanced weapons systematically dismantling the Arcadian formation. Each shot demonstrated technology that had been refined far beyond what the galaxy thought possible for a peaceful species. "They're retreating," Torres announced. "Multiple ships entering quantum space. Others are surrendering." Chen nodded, watching the tactical display. The battle had served its purpose. Earth's peaceful mask had been broken, But in its place stood something far more impressive. A civilization that had achieved military superiority not through aggression, but through patience and careful preparation. Signal from the Arcadian command ship, Torres reported. They're requesting negotiations. Of course they are, Chen replied. Tell them we'll be happy to discuss terms. After all, we've always been a peaceful species. She paused, allowing herself a moment of satisfaction. We just believe that true peace comes from strength, not vulnerability. As the battle subsided, Chen thought about the changes this day would bring. Humanity's great deception was over, but it had served its purpose. They had developed their strength in secret, avoided countless unnecessary conflicts, and emerged ready to defend themselves when truly threatened. The counter-strike, the aftermath of the battle, brought new challenges. As Chen stood in the secure conference chamber beneath Pacifica Station, holographic displays showed the galaxy's reaction to humanity's revelation. The peaceful facade had served its purpose, but now came the more complex task: reshaping the galaxy's political landscape. The Arcadian Empire is in chaos, Admiral James Wong reported, his hologram flickering slightly from quantum interference. Our intelligence suggests their entire strategy relied on subjugating peaceful species to build their military strength. The revelation of our capabilities has sparked panic in their command structure. Chen studied the strategic display, watching as data flowed in from humanity's now revealed sensor network. And the other powers? Reacting exactly as predicted, Wong replied. The Centauri Confederation has already reached out through back channels. They're interested in peaceful cooperation, now that they know we're not defenseless. This was where humanity's true preparation showed. While their hidden fleets and advanced weapons had shocked the galaxy, the real surprise lay in their diplomatic and intelligence operations. Every research exchange, every trade agreement, every scientific collaboration of the past century had gathered data, assessed weaknesses, and positioned assets. Begin Phase 2, Chen ordered. It's time to show them that military strength was only part of our preparation. Across human space, carefully planted information began to emerge. Evidence of Arcadian atrocities against other species, proof of treaty violations, and details of planned conquests appeared in galactic information networks. Each revelation had been collected over decades, verified and preserved for this moment. Signal from the Galactic Council, Torres announced. They're calling an emergency session. The Arcadian Empire's representative is demanding we be censured for deceptive militarization. Chen smiled. Perfect. Admiral, deploy the diplomatic package. The next phase of humanity's strategy unfolded. While the galaxy had focused on their hidden military might, they had missed the web of alliances and agreements humanity had quietly built. Research stations across dozens of worlds contained evidence of Arcadian violations. Trade agreements included subtle clauses that would now activate. Multiple species are coming forward, Wong reported. The Proxima Alliance has publicly confirmed our evidence of Arcadian aggression. The Syrian Collective is withdrawing from their trade agreements with the Empire. This was the true power of humanity's approach. They hadn't just built weapons in secret. They had constructed a complete shadow network of diplomatic, economic, and intelligence assets. Every peaceful scientific mission had gathered data. Every environmental project had established connections. The Arcadian Empire is attempting to mobilize their remaining fleets, Torres reported, but they're facing internal resistance. 3 of their subject worlds have declared independence, citing our revelation as proof that peaceful species can defend themselves. Launch the humanitarian initiative, Chen ordered. Show them the other side of our preparation. As the Arcadian Empire's power structure crumbled, humanity revealed another layer of their planning. Ships that had appeared to be scientific vessels transformed into relief transports, delivering aid to worlds the Arcadians had oppressed. Medical technology that had been hidden alongside weapons now served to heal and rebuild. Commander, Torres called out, we're detecting quantum signatures at the edge of the system. The Drachnid hegemony is moving their fleet toward Arcadian space. The Drachnids had been the Arcadians' closest allies, their partnership built on a shared belief in military dominance. Now they faced a choice: support their failing allies or adapt to the new reality humanity had created. Send them the diplomatic package, Chen commanded. Let them see what supporting the Arcadians will cost them. The data that flowed to the Drachnid fleet contained more than just military assessments. It showed economic projections, technological cooperation opportunities, and evidence of Arcadian plans to eventually betray them. Every piece had been gathered during humanity's long masquerade, waiting for this moment. Drachnid fleet is holding position, Torres reported. They're requesting direct communication. Chen nodded. This was the true test of humanity's strategy. Put them through to the secure quantum channel. The Drachnid admiral's hologram appeared, their crystalline form reflecting light in patterns that indicated deep concern. Commander Chen, my government has reviewed your data. We find ourselves reconsidering our strategic alignments. The Drachnid hegemony has always valued strength, Chen replied. We respect that, but true strength lies in knowing when to fight and when to cooperate. Humanity learned this lesson from our own history. As they spoke, more reports flowed in. The Arcadian Empire's structure was collapsing faster than anyone had predicted. Their subject worlds, inspired by humanity's example, were rising up. Their military allies, faced with evidence of their planned betrayals, were withdrawing support. Update from Earth High Command. Torres interrupted. The Galactic Council vote is complete. The Arcadian Empire's actions have been condemned. They're calling for immediate sanctions. Chen allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. Humanity's revelation of their military power had been shocking, but it was their preparation in other areas that would reshape the galaxy. They had proved that appearing peaceful didn't mean being powerless. Signal from the Arcadian capital, Wang reported. Their ruling council is requesting immediate cessation of hostilities and opening of diplomatic channels. They're offering significant concessions, respect through strength. 6 months after humanity's revelation, Commander Chen stood in the newly unveiled Earth Defense Command Center, watching representatives from across the galaxy gather for the signing of the Sol Accords. The facility, like so much of humanity's true capabilities, had existed for decades behind its peaceful facade. Final security sweep complete. Torres reported from his new position as Chief of System Defense. All diplomatic vessels have been verified and cleared. No hidden weapons or surveillance devices detected. Chen nodded, studying the assembled alien representatives through quantum-enhanced feeds. The Arcadian delegation looked particularly subdued, their once proud martial bearing replaced by careful diplomatic courtesy. Amazing what the revelation of humanity's true capabilities had done for their manners. Begin the ceremony, she ordered. Let's show them that humanity's preparation extended to peace as well as war. The massive chamber, previously disguised as a climate research facility, transformed into a stunning diplomatic venue. Holographic displays showed the changes throughout human space. Former weapon factories now producing humanitarian aid, hidden fleets engaged in peaceful exploration, and defensive technologies being adapted to protect vulnerable species. Representatives of the galaxy, Earth's premier, addressed the gathering. We stand at a turning point. For centuries, humanity chose to hide our strength, to prepare in secret while presenting a peaceful face to the stars. Today, we reveal the final part of that preparation. The holographic displays shifted, showing vast networks of quantum technologies, advanced medical facilities, and terraforming capabilities that had been developed alongside humanity's military might. Each had been refined in secret, waiting for the moment when they could be safely revealed. The Arcadian Empire's aggression forced us to reveal our defensive capabilities, the Premier continued. But military strength was only part of our preparation. Today, we offer something more, a new framework for galactic cooperation. Chen watched as the Sol Accords were presented. The document represented generations of careful planning, incorporating lessons from humanity's own violent history and their observations of galactic politics. It proposed a system where strength and peace could coexist, where species could defend themselves without embracing aggression. Remarkable, the Drachnid ambassador commented quietly to Chen. You didn't just prepare for war. You prepared for the peace that would follow. Humanity learned long ago that victory without vision is meaningless, Chen replied. Every weapon we developed had a peaceful application. Every defensive system could be adapted to protect others. We didn't just plan for the fight. We planned for what would come after. The signing ceremony proceeded as various species representatives approached the quantum-secured document. Each signature represented a shift in the galactic balance, not through force, but through the recognition of a new reality. The Arcadian representatives are ready, Torres announced. Chen watched as the former aggressors took their turn. Their empire had fractured, but humanity's approach had prevented total collapse. Instead of destruction, they faced reformation, their military might tempered by new diplomatic obligations and oversight. Update from the Hyperion fleet, Torres reported. The first joint defense exercise with the Proxima Alliance was successful. Their ships are integrating well with our command structure. This was humanity's true victory. Their revealed strength had not only deterred aggression, but had created opportunities for genuine cooperation. Species that had once competed now trained together, sharing knowledge and resources under humanity's guidance. Commander, Torres called out, long-range sensors are detecting something interesting at the galaxy's edge. It appears to be similar to the quantum signatures we recorded before the Arcadian incursion. Chen smiled. Some things never changed. But now, humanity no longer needed to hide behind a mask of pure peace. Their strength was known, their capabilities respected, and their commitment to balanced power understood. Maintain standard monitoring protocols, she ordered. But make sure our response forces are ready. The galaxy should know that humanity's vigilance didn't end with our revelation. As the ceremony concluded, Chen reflected on the long journey that had brought them here. Humanity had emerged from behind its peaceful facade, not as conquerors or aggressors, but as guardians of a new galactic order. They had proved that true strength lay not in the weapons one possessed, but in the wisdom to know how and when to use them. Send to all Earth defense commands, she ordered. Maintain our current alert status. The galaxy has seen our strength, but let's show them our consistency as well. The Soul Accords marked the beginning of a new era. Humanity had revealed their power not to dominate, but to protect. They had shown the galaxy that peace was not the absence of strength, but its most sophisticated application. Final message from Earth High Command, Torres reported. They're asking about the unknown contacts at the galaxy's edge. Should we reveal our newest defensive capabilities? Chen watched the diplomatic gathering begin to disperse, each representative carrying away a new understanding of humanity's role in the cosmos. Not yet, Lieutenant. After all, she smiled, it's always good to keep a few surprises in reserve. The stars shone brightly through the command center's quantum-enhanced windows, each point of light representing new possibilities and potential challenges. Humanity had stepped out of the shadows of their peaceful disguise, but they hadn't abandoned the principles that had guided their preparation. They had simply proved that true peace came not from weakness, but from the strength to maintain it. The galaxy's a dangerous place, Chen mused, watching the diplomatic ships depart. But it's a lot safer when everyone knows that peace doesn't mean helplessness. She turned to her crew, her expression determined. Now, let's see what other surprises the universe has in store for us.